Hello and welcome back to Real Retro for possibly a surprise episode. Now you may have seen that last week or earlier this week we put a video up discussing ideas for a possible Halloween episode that we'll be broadcasting today, slightly late. But I'd had an idea. I'm thinking, because our last video was Ghostbusters, that sort of ticks that box already.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't need to. Maybe instead we should pay attention to the fact that the Doctor Who 60th anniversary special is coming up in under 3 weeks' time.
And I've got an idea.
So maybe we need to do a list, a ranking of the top 10 Doctor Who episodes starring David Tennant.
But I have a Doctor Who game.
Yeah, I know.
With David Tennant included.
But how would you feel about doing the top 10 Doctor Who episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll be back once we've done our homework.
We chose the top 10.
Or you chose the top 10.
Yeah, I chose the top 10. There's the end of...
Stop. In 10th place is Human Nature and The Family of Blood, because they go together as a set. You can't really separate them. So, what was so good about Human Nature and The Family of Blood?
Doctor hid his Time Lord inside of a time watch.
Yeah.
And the Doctor tricked the Family of Blood.
Very few episodes don't have the Doctor in them. These have the rather unique characteristics of being episodes without the Doctor, but with David Tennant. That was an interesting twist, something we'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And the bad guys were very well played as well, I think, weren't they? It wasn't, shall we say, A-list bad guys like the Daleks or the Cybermen.
Yeah.
But still, it was something that was a memorable performance. It was kind of scary. It was very well played by the actors. And the end result is it's an episode that stands out. It's an episode that you remember.
Yeah.
And in 9th place, Turn Left, which was one of the series 4 episodes. It was a Donna-centric episode, wasn't it? And what was unique about this one? What happened in this that never happens?
Donna died.
No, the Doctor died, didn't he?
And then Donna killed herself at the end.
But it was... the whole episode's premise is, what would the world look like if we didn't have the Doctor? And we get a chance to look at some of the previous episodes and see how they would have played out if he hadn't been there.
There should have been an episode where David Tennant, where Donna Noble died and how the Doctor would react.
So that was very much a what-if episode. What we don't really know is, was it all in her head? If it hadn't all worked out at the end, would the Doctor actually have been dead? I'm not sure. In 8th place, we've got the Stolen Earth. And what can you remember about the Stolen Earth? That was the episode where the Earth vanishes, it moves, and they have to tow it back with the TARDIS at the end.
the Doctor got trapped behind the force field that Mr. Smith usually uses.
So that one was a rare chance to see the TARDIS getting used properly. It's not supposed to be operated by one person. You're supposed to have a whole team of people operating the control console.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, that's exactly what you get to see.
Yeah.
In 7th place, the Doctor's daughter. What can you tell us about the Doctor's daughter?
Jenny died at the end, but she didn't actually die. She regenerated back into her own self. And that was her gone, because she went in a spaceship and escaped.
Thinking about this episode, you can really make your head hurt. The actor who played Jenny is the daughter of Peter Davison, the Doctor. So she genuinely is the Doctor's daughter.
And
But she also got married
to David Tennant.
to David Tennant. She's the Doctor's daughter and she's the Doctor's wife. It's a bit strange.
The Doctor wife. The wife and daughter. Ow.
And that one had the rather unique fish aliens, didn't it? The Hath.
Yeah.
With their breathing apparatus on their faces.
Yeah.
That allowed them to breathe water while they were on land. In 6th place is an absolutely iconic episode, School Reunion, which saw the return of...
K9!
And...
Sarah Jane Smith.
So that was a very special episode for a lot of people. With some slightly dodgy CGI back people.
K9 blew up the school at the end.
Yeah.
And then K9 died, but the Doctor rebuilt him, and then Sarah Jane was very surprised because of what happened. She's like, and then K9 said what the Doctor did.
Why is he so disco?
So this.
That was the question. Why is he so disco?
Yeah.
Hey, this is cutting edge in the, what was it, 32nd century, I think he said, or something like that. So in 5th place, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday.
Well, Rose got trapped in one of those episodes because Rose was trapped in another dimension. She was banging on the wall, and the Doctor put his head up to the wall, and at the end there was the Doctor's hologram, because he sent himself projection of a hologram there.
It did have a few memorable moments though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like a standoff between the Cybermen and the Daleks.
Yeah.
You are superior in only one
Cyberman
aspect.
were Daleks won because the Daleks exterminated them because they're technically human.
Then in 4th place, Voyage of the Damned.
Well, there was some.
It's the nearest we've got to an episode set on the Titanic, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've got a Foon autograph up there.
Ah, so you have, yes. Hang on, let me get that down.
Yeah, because you shut up properly. Check out my birthday video. It's all about Doctor Who, and there's the thing with Foon in it. This is it. This is.
So that's Voyage of the Damned.
Look.
Popular with a lot of people because it guest starred Kylie Minogue. It also had Bernard Cribbins in it at one point, didn't it? And it's never made clear, was that Donna's grandfather or was that Bernard Cribbins playing another character? But it's nice to think that that was him.
I actually know, because there was something where he said, "Oh, it's you who disappeared."
Ah,
On
so they did
Christmas.
make it clear, did they? Okay, good.
Later on in the series.
Third place, a personal favourite of mine, Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. Now this introduces one of the modern A-list bad guys, doesn't it? This is one of the few episodes that brings something as memorable as the Daleks or the Cybermen, because it brought us... Who? Who's the bad guy?
Silent.
No. The Vashta Narada. And it also brought the introduction of a very important character who might be coming back in the 60th specials or in the next series.
River Song.
River Song.
I hope she comes back because it's the Doctor's wife.
And she has the strangest character arc. She is living the story
Oh, hang on.
backwards.
There's something...
What have you got there? Oh,
That was not...
avalanche.
This. She brought this to the Doctor.
Yes. So, she's living the story backwards. So every encounter that they go through, the Doctor knows a little bit more about her, but she seems to know a lot more than he does because she's living the whole thing backwards. So when he first meets her, she knows their whole story.
Yeah. Which makes it very weird for Matt Smith.
Yeah. So that's a great episode because it set up lots of storylines, lots of plots for later on.
I know the
in Matt
Doctor's
Smith's
name.
time.
Doctor.
In second place, another modern A-list villain, Blink.
Yeah, Weeping Angels.
Yeah, which really was quite it was quite a good premise. If you get the opportunity, you need to play the virtual reality game. What was the name of the virtual reality game? Was it Edge of Reality or Edge of Time or something like that?
And I have completed the Doctor Who game on the Nintendo Switch.
Play the virtual reality version, facing off against the Weeping Angels in the dark. In virtual reality is quite an experience. You really do feel that you're there. It's really good.
We should check out how much it costs. I could save up for it, guys.
So that was, again, one of the absolute standout episodes of David Tennant's era because it set up the Weeping Angels. And what almost feels like a dipping a toe into proper horror, because they are, when you actually get down into it, and again, if you can experience them in virtual reality, it really does feel like a proper horror jump scare sort of setup.
We should find my Nintendo so then we could record here, me doing it.
And who's in the top spot? Which episodes get the first, the best episode of
The End of Time Part 2. And then
Parts 1 and 2.
Yeah. So there was David Tennant saying, "I'm going to die, I was told." By the...
He'll knock 4 times.
He would knock 4 times.
So that was the culmination of a long arc, wasn't it? There were lots of references to this over many episodes where we know it's coming. We don't really know what it means yet, but we know it's coming. And here's where they tied all those threads together. And
He left.
it all ends in that moment where he realises he will knock 4 times. Meant Wilf.
And then
Trapped in that box.
Yeah. To just die
And
instead of him.
his choice is, do I let him die or do I sacrifice myself?
And he chose that.
Just for a moment he thought he'd survived it. And then that happened.
Yeah. Only if the box opens straight away. if he got injected.
And he then goes through that little
Time.
tour, doesn't he? Visiting various times and various people from his past.
Like Rose before they even met.
To just say goodbye.
Yeah.
And then, what does it all end in? What are the words that it all ends in?
I don't want to go. And now it's continued by what?
And now,
I recognise these teeth.
And now,
I recognise these teeth.
Now he's back.
What?
He's back.
He added, I recognise his teeth. Yeah, he's back.
He's back for 3 episodes, and we don't really know how everything all links in just yet. So it's going to be fun finding out why he's back.
Yeah.
And how he differs.
There's the Celestial Toymaker back, all the way from William Hartnell series back to David Tennant.
Mm.
So it skipped 14 regenerations.
Is it because of him that David Tennant's back, or is he just taking advantage because David Tennant's back? We won't know until we get to see the episodes.
Well, it might be because the Doctor, because the Master regenerated into Jodie Whittaker, and then they forced her out, and her wounds were too bad, so she regenerated, and then David Tennant went in, and Ncuti Gatwa's going to try and some YouTuber thinks there's going to be glitches for Ncuti Gatwa to try and get back into being the Doctor.
Well, we will find out very, very soon, won't we?
Yeah.
And then, I think it's going to be very quick. It's going to launch straight into the new Series 1, or Season 1, of the new Doctor Who era.
Doctor.
So I think we're going to have lots of Doctor Who over the next year. In fact, I've just found out that not only are they currently filming Season 2, they're also in the middle of planning and preparing Season 3, and there's a 4 in the works as well. So they're not hanging around now, are they? They're just going for it.
And there's rumours that there's going to be a unit show on.
Well, we'll just have to wait to see what gets announced over the next month, won't we?
Yeah.
Now, we'll be back to our usual gaming videos over the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for those. That's it for our Doctor Who special today.
Russell, please don't sue us. We beg you.
Make sure you leave a comment, you like, subscribe,